Hey guys and girl, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat. I know it's kind of late on Sunday afternoon, so it's going to be about dark in a lot of places before you get this chat on the YouTube or on Facebook. But the reason it's late is I have been putting coupons. That's right. You see what I have here? I have my gold tumbler. I have my gold tumbler that I'm so proud of, a big gold tumbler. It'll hold thousands and thousands of coupons. And I've got hundreds of coupons or maybe thousands of coupons in there. They can't get out of that tumbler because I've taped the little entranceway that you normally drop coupons. I've been opening that big hole there and dropping them. They can't get out of there. They can't get out of there. But I've got all the entries in there. So far, you can enter this contest all year long because we're going to continue to give away fishing trips. And we're going to give the next fishing trip away when we hit 200,000. I'm going to set that up here and see if I can get it set up there about right. 200,000. Turn around just a little bit. It's a little windy out here, not bad. I'm here by myself at the ranch because, as y'all know, Chris is in the Kaiser Rehabilitation Center at Hillcrest Hospital in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's been there since Wednesday. She had a half an afternoon. She had an afternoon on Wednesday, rehab, Thursday and Friday, half a day Saturday. This is Sunday. It's her off day today, so she doesn't have to rest. But she's not resting today because Jamie and Mandy and Jordan are up there visiting her today. I just got off the phone with them. I spent about an hour on the phone. Sherry's up there also. Sherry's spending the night. I am going back tomorrow. I got back to the ranch last night and went to church this morning. My daughter, Sherry, told me that she said, "Dad, you're going to church Sunday." And I said, "I got to be back up here with your mama." And she said, "You're going to church Sunday, Dad?" She said, "I've been going to church on Sunday. You got to go to church." And I guess she thinks I've probably been acting a little bit like a heathen because I haven't been since this happened. I've spent a lot of time with God. I've spent hours and hours and hours talking to God about this, and God's given me a peace and an assurance about this, and he says, "It's going to be okay, Jimmy. It's going to be okay." And it is, and I just realized 100% that God is healing Chris. I've felt that now for several weeks. We're almost a month into this deal, and y'all have gone along with us on this trip, and I didn't intend for it to be such a big thing on social media, on Facebook and YouTube, but I just need to tell y'all because this happened on Monday, the day after Easter, which was April 5, and be 4 complete weeks tomorrow. And she had that Monday evening, and we had our deer videos that she does on Friday with Lucy and her herd. And I knew that when Friday came and Chris wasn't doing the video, that y'all have been saying, "Where's Chris? Where's Chris? Where's Chris?" Because I know that y'all are on our Catch of the Day channel. Those of you on our Catch of the Day channel. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to the Catch of the Day channel, subscribe to that channel. This is our Catch of the Day channel right here. And Catch of the Day channel is me reading a devotional from my Catch of the Day book that I wrote clear back in 2005. But the scriptures, God's scriptures, are timeless. I swear, they're timeless. If you're not subscribed to that Catch of the Day channel, there's only about 15,000 people on there. We have 100,000 people, or 103,000 people now plus on YouTube. We got almost 600,000 on Facebook. So if you're some of those that's on there and you have not subscribed to that Catch of the Day channel, I don't even care if you're a Christian. Well, I care if you're a Christian. You might be a Christian after being on that channel for a while. And if you are, you'll be the best days of your life, I promise you. But even if you're not a Christian, go over there and subscribe to that channel. We read a scripture every morning. We have a fishing tip for every single day of the year, and we have a devotional that's built around fishing. And if you'll go over there and subscribe to that channel and give it 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, if you don't like it, then delete yourself off of there. But I promise you that channel will change your life. It's changed countless lives already. We got about 15,000 subscribers on the Catch of the Day, about 5,000. We finally had one day that went over 6,000, that watched that video that morning, and they're getting, a lot of them are over there, most every one of them's over 5,000 a day now. We've got about anywhere from 8 or 10,000 to 25,000 a day on Facebook that watch that. So if you're not subscribed to the Catch of the Day, it costs absolutely nothing to subscribe to any channel on YouTube, but subscribe to that Catch of the Day channel. Give it 2 or 3 weeks. You don't have to watch it every morning. It's on there all day long, but we post it every morning at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. every morning. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Central Time. 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. We're here in Oklahoma, so it's Central Time. Subscribe to the Catch of the Day channel. If you're not subscribed, go over there and hit that subscribe button. Right now, hit that search, Catch of the Day. They might try to sell you a book or two. That's not me trying to sell you those books. That's somebody else trying to sell you those books. I don't know who it is. But anyway, we're not trying to sell you a book on there, but we do have books for sale, and we pay all the shipping and on them if you do buy a book from us. But that's not us. To buy a book from us, you need to call our office or go to jimmyhouston.com to buy a book. But just want you to listen to those devotionals, listen to those scriptures, listen to that fishing tip. You're going to be a better fisherman. You're going to be a better person, I promise you. Wind's really blowing out here. I've got my microphone hooked up, so hopefully we're not too windy. But what I'm going to do right now to start this thing out is I'm going to pick out the 2 winners, one from Facebook and one for YouTube. Now keep in mind that I'm keeping this all year long, because all the things that we give away on Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all the things we give away on Facebook, we'll draw out of this hopper, this golden hopper that I have. So you can continue to enter this thing. The way you enter is you text us to our pecan phone number, which is area code 580-618-7260. Text us your name and your city and state where you live. You don't need to put your address down. You can if you want. You don't need to. And an email address if you have it. And that will enter you for the prize through the entire year of 2021. We're going to keep putting names in this hopper. I've spent the last 3 hours putting coupons in. We have your name and stuff filed in the computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a couple winners out of here right now. I'm going to spin this thing a few more times. Right now. And I'm going to reach in there and pick out a couple of winners. And okay, I'm gonna open her up and we'll get it down there and make sure that I've got all of them. Some of them get stuck around the edges. Make sure there's nothing stuck in there. I'm gonna reach down in here, and I'll just pick this up right now and look down in here. And I'm gonna reach down in here. I'm gonna get a winner out. I don't know what the first one is. I'm shaking my hand around in there, and I'm gonna pick it out. I'm gonna read this number to you. I got it right here, and the number, I'll just let you look at it. There it is right there. There's the number right there. And that number is, it's a red. I don't know if red is Facebook or YouTube. But anyway, it's one or the other. The number is 761466. 761466. There it is right there. I'll hold it right up there in front of the camera as much as I can. 761466. I'm going to put that in my pocket. That's a red one. Now I'm going to reach in there. I'm going to pick me out a blue one. Put it right down in my pocket so it don't blow out. And we got that number down. I'm going to reach in here. I'm going to go again all around to the bottom. Go down in here. I'm going to pick up. I got a blue one right now. I'm going to shut that thing back up so nothing gets away in that wind. By the way, these 2 winners that win this fishing trip here at Twin Eagle Ranch, I'm going to set this thing down. I'm going to set her down right. I'm going to set her right there back behind me on that. These will go back in the hopper. I'm going to put these back in the hopper. The one right there, you can see that number right there. Whatever that number is. That number is 084662. 084662. 084662. Now, what I'll do is I will text Sherry those numbers after I get through with this Sunday afternoon chat right here. I will text Sherry those numbers. Let me scoot this whole thing over here a little bit closer to me. I will text Sherry those numbers right there, and she will look on the computer. Because the Sunday afternoon chat is 100% live. There's no editing on it, no nothing. We just go in here and give that thing, and she will tell me who those 2 winners are. Now, what you win a fishing trip here on Twin Eagle Ranch with me. All you need to do is bring your rod and reels. If you don't have any rod and reels, I'll provide the rod and reels too. But I'll provide all the tackle and everything, the boat and motor. We'll feed you lunch while you're here. If you don't fish, we have people that's entered that said, Jimmy, I don't fish. If you don't fish, you don't have to. You can come down and spend a day with us here at the ranch. Hopefully, Chris will be back here at the ranch with me. Maybe before the 1st of June, maybe the end of May. I don't know. I mean, we don't know. She's in rehab right now. I'll talk about that throughout this chat today, because I do want to give you an update on Chris. I try to do updates on Chris. I try to do them on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Those updates might become sort of, they may become where we don't need to do them that often. I don't really know. But we'll do updates with Chris on every. Am I level? I don't look level there. I guess I tilt my head one way or the other. I'm having a hard time with Chris. One of the things we're doing is try to get her head level. When you've had a stroke like that and your brain's been affected, you don't know where your center point is. We know right here we're standing up straight and we're level. And that's why you see a lot of people's strokes, their heads level over. They need to get level, and Chris is doing a pretty good job at that. She's sitting pretty level. But you don't know where the center is. You don't know. That looks center to you because one side of your brain, her left side, has been messed up. It's been messed up, and a lot of it's damaged. But we'll talk about all that in a minute. But anyway, I don't look level to myself sometimes. But if you don't fish, you can still come and spend a day here at the ranch. It'll be a great day. We'll take the Kawasaki mules and the tracker off roads, and we'll ride around on the ranch and look at animals. Go over and look at the other lake. Ride around on the dam at this lake. We'll provide you a real exciting day. We'll feed you lunch. The trip doesn't include any travel expenses. You're gonna have to pay your own travel expenses, and if you're far enough away, like I took somebody fishing Tuesday this week, Bob and Linda Stoops. I'll talk about that trip here in a second also. But I took Bob and Linda Stoops fishing on Tuesday of this week on a trip that they had won to fish here with us, and they didn't win it through this. They won it through another avenue where there's a lot of ways sometimes you can win trips fishing here on the ranch with me. But we had a great day. But they stayed at the there's a Super 8 up in town. There's also an Artesian down in Ardmore, 25 miles to the south of us. There's all kinds of hotels. They had come from the north, so they stayed in Sulphur. But if you don't fish, you still want a trip to spend a day here at the ranch. You can see all the deer and hopefully some elk, maybe wild turkey. I don't know what we might see. But we'll entertain you for a day here at the ranch. You'll have a great time, and like I said, hopefully by the end of the end of this month, hopefully Chris is back here at the ranch. I don't know. That's all in God's hands. We've laid that at the foot of the cross the day it happened, April 5. And we don't know when Chris is going to be back here at the ranch. We don't know how far along she's going to be in the recovery period. But can I tell you, God is healing Chris. God is healing Chris. God started healing Chris the moment I started praying. I started praying the moment I found out about this 600 and some odd miles down in Alabama, because I'd left here that morning and to do some work down in Alabama that week. I just turned around and headed right back. And God started healing Chris the moment I started praying. And y'all have been praying all along. Everybody's been praying. And I'm telling you, those prayers work. And thank you for those prayers. Keep praying. I'm going to tell you some specific things I'd like for you to be praying for, because I think it helps when you pray to God. Ask specifically for something. Ask specifically for something. And there's some things that need to be prayed for right now, and I'll be talking about them on this. But just want to tell you, the winners, these two winners, are going to announce on Tuesday night. I'm going to try to give a Tuesday night upgrade or update on Chris. It'll be an upgrade. It really will. But I'll tell you what all's been happening right now. But let me just run through with you a few things right here, because we're just rambling around here. We've talked about the catch of the day. I did have a great fishing trip here with Bob and Linda Stoops. We caught, listen to this, they had the very best day we've had in a long time here on the Eagle. Our other lake, Big Canyon Lake, was too low for us to get our boat in. We've had 3 inches of rain since then, and the lake has come up about a foot or so. So we normally fish over there in the morning and fish here at the Eagle in the afternoon. But we caught 54 fish in the morning and 54 fish in the afternoon. That's right, 108 bass. Not a single crappie. Every single one of them was a bass. We caught most of them on a tube bait. I did a little video on fishing tubes, and I thought, I haven't fished tubes very long, and I found that a lot of people are not fishing tubes very much. We caught nearly all of those fish on tubes. Now, we did catch some. Bob would rather fish a worm, and so he was fishing a worm for a while. Linda was fishing a worm for a while, and I was catching more fish than they were. So finally, all three of us ended up on a tube. We did catch some of those on a worm. I might have thrown a spinnerbait and caught a few on a spinnerbait, but nearly all of those fish came on a tube bait. So if you haven't watched that video on how to fish a tube, you need to watch it, because that's a bait that a lot of people are not throwing too much anymore. But anyway, we had 108 fish. So when you come here and fish, if you want to fish, and that's what you're winning is a fishing trip. But if you don't fish and you win the trip, that's okay too. You can come here and we'll have a great day. Can't sell this trip. That's the one thing about it. You cannot sell this trip. And anyway, we'll be and if you don't want the trip, let me know. If you don't want the trip at all, you don't want to come at all, you happen to win. And we have people that's entered maybe from Canada and Australia, maybe Germany, Switzerland, Spain, England. We have people on our social media from all over the world, really. And you cannot win the trip at all, let me know. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the rest of this Sunday afternoon chat. Talk about Chris and the update on Chris, because I didn't get to do you an update last night. I intended to. I'm going to try to do updates Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We post videos Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we'll try to do these updates and not mess up any of the other videos that we post. But Chris got to the Kaiser Rehabilitation Center on Wednesday. She was supposed to be there. We had filled out all the papers to have her sent there, and they just messed up. They messed up and sent her to the wrong place. And a lady made a decision on her own in Oklahoma City to send her somewhere else, and the place wasn't anywhere. We had researched, and we wanted her at Kaiser. They have a neurosurgeon there that's a friend of my son-in-law, a cardiologist, Dr. Jack Cassis, and we had researched, and that's where we decided we want her, and we have her now. And one of the reasons was we could spend the night with her there. And Sherry or I, have been spending every single night. Sherry will be spending the night tonight with her. I'll be going back there tomorrow. Jamie will be spending time with her tomorrow all day long. He's going to go to rehab with her, and I'll be able to be there with her tomorrow night, and probably maybe Tuesday. I'll be there tomorrow night, which is Monday night, probably Tuesday night also, and then Sherry and I are taking turns. She will probably be there at least a month, at least through the month of May. She will be there because this rehabilitation center is amazing. They just work those people so hard. It's almost like boot camp. But she worked a half a day on Wednesday when she got there. She worked a full day Thursday, a full day Friday, half a day on Saturday, and then she just gets off on Sunday. She gets to take off from rehab on Sunday. But can I just share with you some of the victories that we've come about this week? One victory is eating. That's right. On, I think, Thursday morning or Friday morning, I think it was Thursday morning, she started eating. They started, the speech therapist I was working with her said, let's see if she can eat, and started giving her some oatmeal, and she ate nearly a full bowl of oatmeal. She coughed a few times because the problem is swallowing is the problem, and so you got to learn to swallowing is a very complicated process. We think, well, that's nothing, we just put food in our mouth, we swallow it. Most of us put too much food in our mouth and swallow it, but she finally has learned how to swallow, because there's two places that food can go down. One of them is to go down into your stomach where you want it. The other is to go down your air, which you don't want it to go down the air intake, or you get choked. All of us have been choked in our lifetime. And so you have to learn the process of swallowing. It's a very complicated process that God teaches us how to do. Makes it very, very simple. She has had her trach removed. She had a trach in there that she was breathing through, and that's been totally removed. It's gone. It's healing up. The trach in her throat, that's gone. She is now talking. She is talking. She is able to read. She was reading. We learned that when we was showing her Get Well cards that y'all have sent in, hundreds and hundreds of Get Well cards that y'all have sent in, and we appreciate every one of them. And she opens them and reads every single one of them. So we learned that she could read, and it's just amazing that she could do that. She started talking to us. She started talking. Now, not all of her talk, not all of her talk is understandable. A lot of it is, but a lot of it is not. She can sing happy birthday, and working with a speech therapist the other day, and she sang happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Jimmy. I started crying. I started bawling like a baby. Dear Jimmy, she said that. Happy birthday to you. It's not my birthday till July 28th. Hers is July 27th. What a birthday party we're going to have this year. We're wanting to have her here. We have a big crawfish fry with some of our buddies, Steve and Ross Cagle from Louisiana. Tim usually comes up for that. They bring a lot of crawfish up. They bring about 2,000 pounds of crawfish up. We put them in our lakes. We put them here in the Eagle for the fish, and also in Canyon for the fish. We save back about 5 or 6 sacks, and we have an old-fashioned Louisiana crawfish boil. Those boys know what they're doing. They know how to boil crawfish. And we have a lot of our friends from around here, our neighbors, friends and neighbors from around come in here, our family's in here. Hopefully Chris will be here for that crawfish boil. I'm not sure if she'll be here or not. She may still be in a rehabilitation center. We don't know. I mean, God's got a hold of this deal right now. We've laid this whole deal at the foot of the cross, and it belongs to God now. This situation belongs to God. And but we're going to still have that crawfish boil. It's going to be Memorial Day weekend or whatever day that falls on. I haven't even looked at it on the calendar, but we'll have that crawfish boil. We'll definitely be doing a video of that crawfish boil. Hopefully Chris is here enjoying that. I'm sure that probably Sherry or Jordan or Mandy or all three will be the generals. They'll be the generals there for that crawfish boil. All three of those girls are take charge girls. Chris couldn't do all of what she's done throughout the years without Sherry and Jordan and Mandy. So one of those three or all three will be the general or the generals for that crawfish boil. But we'll be doing that. But Chris is talking, and some of the time she's talking in tongues. That's right. She's talking where I can't understand her. No one else can understand her. Her and God's the only two people that know exactly what she's saying. But a lot of her talking is just as plain as day also. And so one of the things she's doing is talking. Today, or actually they did that last night before I left. They removed, well actually she removed the oxygen from her. She had the two little things goes up in her nose. She had removed that. Rita, one of our nurses, has been nursing for a long time, an RN there at Kaiser. It said, well, she's not even using her oxygen. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I apologize. That was kind of my job to watch and see if she removed that. And the nurse Rita said, her oxygen is fine. Her oxygen level is fine. Let's leave it off and see what happens. We'll check it all throughout the night. And I said, well, I'm leaving. And Sherry's going to come. And I waited, of course, till Sherry got there. She said, let's just leave it off and see what happens. Sherry's informed me that they didn't put the oxygen back in all day long, and her oxygen level's staying up. She's breathing room air. Probably about 96 to 98% of what she was breathing already was, she was about that percentage. So that's good. So that's another, I'm telling you the victories right now that we've achieved in 2 full days and 2 partial days. That is, so the oxygen has been removed. She is breathing God's air. She's breathing room air that's in that room right there. When I talked to them this afternoon, they were outside. They were outside just enjoying this Sunday afternoon, and I'd give it anything to be with them, but I've just got a lot to do here at the ranch today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to go up there tomorrow evening. Jamie's going to go to all the rehab sessions with her tomorrow, and he'll see how hard she's working. And we will report these victories. We're looking for each and every victory we can get. Little tiny victories or great big victories. To me, these things that I'm talking to you about right now, to me, those are huge victories. Those are huge victories. Here's another victory. She gets 3 trays of food tomorrow. It's 3 trays of food. So she's going to eat her breakfast, her lunch, and her dinner. And I'm going to try to, I may get there in time to eat with her. You know, they feed us there too when we're there. And it's a good thing because I wouldn't eat anything all day if they didn't feed me. So Jamie's going to get to eat there tomorrow. And their food is hospital food. I told Rita, you know, I said, Rita came in here and caught me giving her some of my apple cobbler and some of my spaghetti. The spaghetti was pretty good, really. Spaghetti and green beans that taste like hospital green beans. Carrots that taste like hospital carrots. They were the little carrots like we feed the deer. And but so I was feeding Chris. I was letting her eat with me. And Rita came in and caught us. And I said, oh my gosh, I guess both of us are in trouble right now. And she said, that's fine, Jimmy. Do not worry about it. She said, has she coughed any during it? I said, well, one time she got kind of choked. She said, that's okay. She's learning to eat and make it go down the right sides, go down her throat, because 2 ways it can go when you swallow it. It can go down your air intake, goes into your lungs. You don't want that to happen. Every one of us has been choked, and that's exactly what happened. So you can get choked if you haven't had a stroke. But I gave her some spaghetti, I gave her some carrots, I gave her some green beans, and then when it got down to the apple cobbler, she ate about half of my apple cobbler. She really did, and that was, I tell you what, it's so fantastic. And I kept giving her bites, and she was liking that, because you realize that she's gone nearly a month without being able to eat any food. Nearly a month without being able to eat any food. So tomorrow she starts eating, and probably maybe the next day or two she has to go down and eat with everybody else, all the other people that's in there. And I'll be down there eating right beside her and going to be having breakfast, lunch, and dinner with her, and that's just going to be fantastic. So that is the victories we've had. I just wanted to give you that update, and I'm just going to say, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And the only other thing that I want to do on this uptake, this deal here, and I'm gonna, like I said, the prize winners, we've drawn them out. We're gonna be doing more prize winners all throughout the year, and we're gonna give away more fishing trips too. And I'll just tell you right now, we're going to give away 2 more fishing trips when YouTube reaches 200,000. And you say, well, Jimmy, it took you 25 months plus, just a little over 25 months. We started this channel back February of 2019, the end of February, so let's might as well say the 1st of March, and we went into just a tad into May when we hit 100,000. I say that now, we might have hit that in April. I don't know. Sherry thought maybe we hit it maybe April 19th or something. I don't know. I guess we did hit it in the end of April. So we're just a tad over 25 months. We was into April when we hit it. We hit it in April, and that's right, not May. Maybe about it. Sherry thought April 19th. I don't know for sure, so don't hold me that. But y'all probably know better than I do. But anyway, if all of you will go out there, if we got 103,000 on there now. If all of you go out there and get one of your friends to subscribe to Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube, we'll have winners at 200,000. We'll have winners at 200,000. We have 600,000 people on Facebook. When you enter this thing, when you enter, and we're going to, I don't know if we'll hit 200,000 this year or not. I don't have any idea, but we probably will. But if we hit 200,000 before the end of the year, all of the entries that's in that gold hopper of mine, you're still in. You're still in. If you hadn't, and if be able to put a YT on there if you're watching this on YouTube, a FB if you're on Facebook, put a YT and FB. Now we're going to check those winners. We'll check both of them to make sure they are subscribed, actually subscribed to YouTube and actually subscribed to Facebook. So those 2 coupons that we picked out, and we're going to check and make sure that those are actually subscribed, because anybody could just text me their name and city and state and their email address, and put a YT on there, and we'd think they're on YouTube. So we're going to check that out. We're going to make sure. I don't believe anybody cheated at all, but we're just going to check it out to be fair to everybody else that is on there. But here's what I want you to do to pray specifically for. I mentioned earlier in this, I want you to pray specifically, and here's what we need to be praying for right now, because I've been up there being those rehab deals. Chris's left arm and left leg are fantastic. They're fantastic. And but the right arm and right leg is the one she's having a problem with. The right arm, which is her dominant arm, she's right-handed, the right arm's not responding hardly at all. Just a little bit. And their brain has got to teach that right arm how to work. Her right leg is moving occasionally. She has no control over it, but it moves occasionally, so it's maybe a little bit closer. She might be able to learn how to walk before she can learn how to use that right arm. And she might not ever be able to use either one of them. I don't know. Only God knows this. But I'd like for you to specifically pray to give Chris strength to make it through that boot camp rehabilitation. Give her strength. Give her mental strength, which she's tough. Give her mental strength. Give her physical strength. Because like one of the things, let me tell you some of the things they have them do. They have them reach over. It's just so simple. But reach over and get a cone and take it and put it in my hand. And then reach and get another cone and put that on top of that cone. Now that sounds real simple to you, but that's an important part. That's a hard thing for her to do. And it's way out there, so she's got to lean over a little bit to get that cone. And she doesn't want to lean because she thinks she's going to fall, because it feels like you're going to fall down. As you lean over, you lean so far, you're going to fall. And you lean forward. And that's the way it is. She's sitting on the edge of a bed, which would bug me anyway. She's sitting on the edge of something, and they're making her reach out and making her reach up and touch a ball and making her do it 10 times. Little things like that. She got to learn all that again, just like learning to count to 10. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, little bitty things like that. It's just amazing. But she's going to learn all that. So pray that she will have strength, and that strength will be transformed into that right arm and right leg. And the other thing I want you to pray specifically for is her speech. Pray specifically for her speech, where she can talk again. So she'll be out here at the ranch, and she'll be her same sweet voice again. And it's not that same sweet voice that she's saying right now. Of course, her trache's not quite healed up, but I don't know what her voice will come back. Maybe she'll have a beautiful singing voice. She sang pretty good already, and I don't sing at all, But I sing, but nobody likes to hear me sing. But pray for strength for that arm and leg. Pray specifically for her speech. her speech. And guys and girls, I've taken way more time than I intended to. I wanted to explain about that contest and what we got. We do have 2 winners now, and we'll be letting you know that Tuesday night on the update on Chris. I'll try not to talk too long, and may not be much happen between now and then. We're looking for those little tiny victories. But remember, guys and girls, keep praying. Y'all brought me through this. You brought her through this. I'm just excited that one of the nurses said, her just sitting up in a way she could sit up and balance herself. One nurse said sometimes it takes them 3 or 4 weeks before they can do that. So she said she's way ahead on this, way ahead. And one doctor said, you know, she may get out of here in about a month. And so that's just amazing to me. And but you know what's causing all that? Y'all's prayers, y'all's prayers, y'all's prayers. God's listening to you, and God could heal her tomorrow. I could walk in there and she could walk up and say, let's go home, Jimmy. I'm ready to go see my dear. But I don't really think that's going to happen. I think that God is going to just work with her every single day, every single day, every single day. And she's just going to get well, totally, totally well. Guys and girls, remember, I sure do love you.